Hello, people of Russia. Our government and politicians have shown you they hate people of your country. They shown want to be your enemies. We good people here in Finland, everyone, we don't see it at your enemies. We see as our allies as before. We are really deeply sorry on our behalf. We see you suffer too much of pain, which is bad. We want to take this moment to use option to make things better. That is by showing our politicians that we don't want them anymore. We don't need them. They need to be erased. So there are gonna be necessary actions which you will take when the time is right. Our previous government, our Prime Minister, former, showed they hated your country and also President Putin's actions. They wanted to show your enemies, so there always will be consequences. So that our current government must see what those actions are. And those actions will be really tough. That's bad, but it's the only way that's gonna have to happen. We people here in Finland, we believe the only way to get things better is by whipping our politicians and government totally any means necessary, which means by taking more actions here in Finland. We want you to do whatever it takes to wiping those people out. I'm sure you have many reasons, so we have to give few reasons. One is this year's DC agreement, which showed giving America access to our military bases and bringing troops. So you don't really want that. You really don't. You see that as a threat, which is because they can use also NATO troops. They don't want. They only say here are politicians that shown only training purposes, but I really doubt that's the only reason. They only want to believe that. They want to show you that they're maybe also ready to take hostile actions. So you don't want that to happen. You have to secure your nation's security by any means necessary. We know President Putin is ready to do whatever it takes to keep his people safe, which one proof is by changing the nuclear war law, which gives them access to use even faster rate of nuclear weapons against those who are your enemies if they try to attack your country. We hope that doesn't have to come to that, but if it comes, then we all know you're ready to keep on using. You will use them. Even you don't want to, but you are forced to use them. It's the only way forward. Let's see, hopefully that doesn't happen. We here in people, Finland, believe that we see your as our allies the best moment, opportunity to get free from our corrupted people, our politicians who have ruined our country by only giving guns to Ukraine. This should be or people's priority should be the people's Finland's safety, but they're not. Our politicians want to show us their only one priority is by supporting Ukraine by sending out guns, military supplies only, so which isn't the way. The previous government, the worst mistake when they started to sending guns in Ukraine. They should only giving other only human support. They made the first mistake by giving them that option. That was the one first reason to giving or making our country the enemy. Even you don't want to, but you had to see it the way it was. I think you want to make sure anything doesn't happen. You want to make sure that NATO will not try anything, even they don't want to. Hopefully, other people in Finland don't see, and they are wanting to using social media comments. They're saying people of Russia are our enemies. They don't see the way necessary. They want to see your enemy, that you are the enemy. You really are not. They should see that our politicians here, government is the only enemy which Finland is. That's really a shame that doesn't happen, at least yet. Hopefully people will come to change their mind, because if they don't, well then they're gonna get consequences. Even that didn't have to happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. They have an option, so they can choose. Our government and politicians should only help the people of Finland by making sure their safety, but our politicians don't want to do that. They've shown it by latest cuts by cutting off mental issues, people's health care also, which is bad. Those who needed the help, or they're cutting their funding, so they want to make sure that people of Finland are suffering the most. It's bad. Nobody wants that. We only wanted politicians and government who tries by making us safe and cares for people of Finland, but it hasn't happened. It's not gonna happen. If we wait that to happen, well, that never gonna happen. So it's time to take other measures by making sure it will happen. Then other means by giving you full access to making sure you want to make sure that if you want, then you have to use any means necessary by taking even Finland out by nuclear weapon, even if you don't want. Hopefully that doesn't have to come to that. If NATO decides to attack by you, then you have to wipe out Finland by a new nuclear weapon. Hopefully it doesn't have to come to that. But if it comes, then you have to do it, even you don't want to. If President Putin wants to making sure that Finland is part of Russia, then we agreed his terms. We agreed any terms, as our only term is getting rid of our politicians and government once and for all, making sure free Finland is the only option. So, people of Russia, we're asking you to start preparing military actions against Finland by any means necessary. We are patiently waiting for your arrival, and when that date comes, people of Finland will make a choice. Will they fight against those who betray our country, or will they fight for those who want to save free Finland? We'll be waiting for your arrival. patiently.